Hi, my name is Tim, and in this video, I want to show you how I live stream worship services. So let's get started. We're going to use a platform called Facebook, and then we're going to use a software called OBS. And if you're using the church laptop, then these services are already on your computer. And the first thing we need to do is schedule the live stream video on Facebook. So here's how we're going to do that. We're going to open our browser. And then if you're using this church laptop, you'll notice I have these bookmarks on this bookmark bar right up here. And so go ahead and click the Facebook, and it takes you to the church homepage on Facebook. Of course, if you're using your own computer or a different computer, then you're just going to need to have admin privileges on the church Facebook page, and then you'll be able to go and manage the group that way. But you'll need to go to the church Facebook homepage. And before I show you this, I want to be sure to let you know that this is something you need to do in advance, at least about 10 to 15 minutes in advance. But I would really recommend you do it at least 24 hours in advance. And that's for two reasons. One, you can get it set up and make sure there's no kinks in the process. And then if you have some kind of a situation you run into, you have time to fix it. The other one is when you schedule it on Facebook, it can give people notifications. By scheduling it 24 hours in advance, then anyone who follows the page will have a chance to get those notifications and then go ahead and sign up to view the live stream. And so with that in mind, I would strongly urge you to go ahead and do this about 24 hours in advance, but at least 10 to 15 minutes. And there's a reason for that. I'll show you once we do it. So anyway, once we have our Facebook homepage for the church, we're going to go to the section right here where it looks like you can create a post. We're not going to create a post though. Right beneath that, it says create live. We're going to click that button. And then you're going to give the page a moment to load. And now you can see we're using a platform within Facebook called Live Producer. Now, when you come to this page, you may see a few different kinds of things, but they seem to have in common on the left. It may say Live Producer. It may say Schedule Event or Schedule Live Stream or something similar. But you see Go Live Now, Schedule Live Video Event, Upcoming Live Videos and Events. And so that's how you know you're in the right place. And then here in the middle, you see some different options here that we'll get to in a moment. Let's start here on the left-hand side. We're not going to go live right now. We want to schedule a live video event for a future event. And so we're going to click that option. And you see the page changes ever so slightly in the middle here. Again, we'll get to that in a moment. But here on the left-hand side, notice it changed to say the word schedule. That's fine. Not a big deal. You still have the same options. We're going to scroll down a little further under the details. And it says Calvary Chapel Perfect Love. We're going to go ahead, post to the page we manage. Calvary Chapel Perfect Love. If you're doing this from your own Facebook profile, you may have some other options, but those are the options for our Calvary Chapel Perfect Love live streams. Event name, really anything that describes it. So if I'm scheduling a Sunday worship service, you know what? I'll go ahead and schedule the upcoming one for this coming Sunday. So I'll just call it Sunday Worship. You can give it any kind of name along those lines, Sunday worship service. And this is going to be for February 21st. And we're going to go at 10 a.m. Now, I mentioned you want to do this at least 10 to 15 minutes in advance. And here's the reason why. I want to show you this start time says 4:58 p.m. And look at the computer time. It's 4:48 p.m. If I were scheduling this for today, the soonest I could do it is 10 minutes from now. Okay, so if you're trying to do this about 5 minutes before you start, you're going to choose the Go Live Now option. Real quick here, at the top, Go Live Now. The settings will be the same when we get to the middle section, but that's why you want to schedule a live video event like I said, at least 10 to 15 minutes, preferably up to a whole day in advance. So back to scheduling Sunday's worship service, Sunday the 21st. And we're going to go for 10 a.m. It does, sometimes it requires a description, sometimes not. I just go ahead and put one in. Join us live at 10 a.m. for worship. And the word, exclamation point. There we go. Privacy options, we'll leave it public. Category, we'll see what options. We can go ahead and put religion. Choose a price, free access. Of course, we don't want to charge people to worship with us. Before we click next, let's go to the middle. We see some setup options. Use a persistent stream key. I strongly recommend this. It's kind of a fail-safe. There's a code. You can see right next to it this stream key. It's a code that we use from our OBS program, and I'll explain it a little bit later. But if this is checked, then that code should not change. Now, sometimes I've noticed Facebook that will just come unchecked, which is unfortunate. Not a big deal, but generally I prefer to leave that checked. We do not use a backup stream. Looks like there's some directions here. I don't really read them or follow them. Post URLs, we don't need that. Settings, and you'll notice I'm scrolling down on the page. On the stream settings, in live video stream stops. Yep. Embed live video. Sure. We don't use this option, but it is just an option that we might want to use in the future. These are all the default settings. I generally just leave these default settings alone. Allow viewers to rewind. I like this option. It means anyone who's viewing live can go back and view something earlier in the live stream. So let's say there's a song they really liked. They wanted to go back and listen to it during the live stream. They could do that. Let's say they had to get up and leave the room for a moment, and they want to come back. They missed a few seconds of the live stream. They can rewind and view the live stream. Some churches don't do that. It's church to church. I like to allow viewers to rewind, so I leave that checked. However, the captions, I have noticed that the automatic captions are not very good, and sometimes they will caption a word that would really be kind of inappropriate just because of the way maybe somebody says an appropriate word. And so I turn the captions off. And then there's comments. I just leave the defaults. We haven't had any issues. If you have issues with a commenter hijacking the stream at some point, you can come in and enable some more of these protections here. But we haven't had any problems, fortunately. And so, yeah, on these settings, we can just leave them all as they are. I just wanted to show you what they are and kind of explain a couple of them. Scrolling back up to the top of this middle section, here's the stream key setup. We're going to come back here later and copy this. For now, we just don't need to do anything with that. See a preview of the event that will be posted, including these options and the host. And so that's just a preview. Going back to the left-hand side, everything looks to be in order. We're going to click Next, the blue button at the bottom left. And we're going to scroll through cover photo. If you want to upload a different cover photo, let's say you have a special event, say maybe a worship conference, well, any kind of conference, men's conference, women's conference. Maybe it's just a totally different event that you want to have a custom photo for. You can do that. You can click Edit. You can upload a photo. You can just plain delete the image. By default, it will use the Facebook page banner photo. And so I just leave that. Not a big deal. Because that is our sermon series banner photo right there. Event settings, we can go ahead and click that because one of the newer features in Facebook is that it will schedule an event with your live stream video. And so let's go ahead and explore these because this is also newer for me as well. So we'll look at some options. Show the guest list. If you want to hide the guest list for whatever reason, maybe keep it a little more private, you can uncheck that. Only admins can post in the event. So I don't know exactly what the post would be. Perhaps a comment on the event. I'm not sure. But this is more of a security thing or to control, just to make sure they don't get to be out of control comments. Posts must be approved by a host. So you can set co-hosts. Let's see if I can add somebody. Let's try one of the sisters. Yeah, so Sister Tina, I could add her as a co-host if I wanted, and then she would have admin privileges on this specific live stream. Of course, anyone with admin privileges would on the page would already be able to make adjustments. But then a co-host could be, I would guess, because I haven't looked into this, but I would guess it would be somebody maybe who's not an admin on the page, but who could come in and perhaps do some kind of editing with the actual event. That would be something, of course, to check into if you want to use that at a later time. We don't really use that. Let people ask you questions over Messenger. An option that you might want to enable. We don't really need to change these. We're just going to save the settings. And we're going to keep scrolling down on the left side. Schedule without creating an event. So this would schedule a live stream kind of the old way. The way I taught myself how to do this back when we first went into the stay-at-home orders. And so this would be just a video without the event. We're going to go ahead and stick with the create an event kind of situation, since that's just the default way that Facebook does it now. So we're going to click this blue button, create event. But that does speak to a bigger issue, is that Facebook is continuing to kind of upgrade and update these services. So it may look a little different. This is February. Today is February 16th, 2021. So if you're looking at this several months or maybe a couple of years from now, then it may look a little different. And so you just kind of read the directions and do your best. And if it gets too different, then at some point we may have to make a new training video. Anyway, it says our live video event was successfully created. Yay. Starts February 21st at 10 a.m. All right, close it. And then it resets if I want to schedule another event. I don't right now, but I want to show you how to access that event. So suppose there's one already scheduled, but then we need to go grab the stream key for our live streaming software. Let me show you how to go ahead and show you how to do that. I'm going to go back to the Calvary Chapel Perfect Love homepage. And so remember, if you're on this worship computer, you can just click Facebook in the bookmark bar, and the shortcut takes you to that Perfect Love homepage. Now, we want to edit a live video event, but we're going to get to that menu the same way as if we're creating a new live video event. And we're going to do that by clicking over here on the right, Create Live. Because, again, over here on the left-hand side, go live now, schedule a live video event, and then upcoming live videos and events. Now, if we want to go back and edit or view the settings of an already created event, we're going to choose this third option, upcoming live videos and events. Let's click that. And you can see here in the middle that this Sunday's worship service is right there. You can edit the post. That would be to go edit the settings we just did. You can view the post, or you can set up live video. And so this would be if there's extra live video settings that we need. Let's go ahead and view the post first. So this is what it would look like if people just click on the event. Of course, with some extra settings that we can change. Some options to share or start a discussion. You can come in here if you want to see extra insights. These would be, suppose you're trying to boost your audience, grow more viewership. We don't use these right now. They would be something that perhaps somebody might want to look into in the future if that becomes more of an interest. Back at the top here, if you want to cancel an event or just completely delete it. So you scroll to the top, you see the picture, you see the title, and then you see edit, forward, ... If you want to cancel or delete the event, you click the ... duplicate, cancel, add to page, export, guest list. We would want to cancel the event. Now you see some options here. Cancel event, it will notify your guests and you can access the event page. If you delete the event completely, you can't access it again. And you'll need to, if you want to be able to come back to it, you should cancel. Another option is to add a post to the event with perhaps some explanations of maybe you're going to postpone an event till a later time. If you want to delete it, just click delete and confirm. That's the easiest way. You can always come back. You can schedule it again. Of course, we don't want to do that. This is Sunday service. So we're just going to get out of this section. We're just going to close without doing anything. And let's go back button in our browser right here. Oh, excuse me. It opened this in a new window. That's cool. I didn't notice that. So I'm going to close this window. And we're back where we were. Edit post. Set up live video. Let's go ahead and look at this edit post. So this is where if we want to say change any times, dates, wordings, settings, we can do that. And you'll notice for whatever reason, I don't understand why, but for some reason, Facebook has not kept the persistent stream key setting. So I'm going to click it back on. It changed the stream key, unfortunately. So, you know, it just kind of is what it is. But if you need to come back and get the stream key, you can do that here. You can copy it if you need to. We can just go ahead and finish setting it up. Next and update. So it rescheduled it. Now let's go back and look at that 1/3 option, upcoming live videos and events, set up live video. Let's see what this does. Okay, so if you want to come in on a Sunday morning to actually view the preview as it runs, see this allow access to camera. What's going to happen is when we connect to OBS, it will use that stream key to send it'll take in the camera and audio on the streaming computer. And then OBS will send that information to Facebook and the preview will show up here as it's running live and down in this little box here. And you can get all kinds of different streaming details that we don't really use right now, maybe at a later time. Of course, you can change some settings as well. But we are going to use that stream key. You can reset it if we don't really want to reset it, but we can copy it here as well if we want to. Either way, we need to have that stream key copied. Okay, so that kind of covers the basis of what we can do with the Facebook side. Let's go ahead and go back to the Calvary Chapel homepage for now. Let me show you the OBS software. This is a software that we use to what it does is we have the video camera mounted on the wall and it sends the video into the worship computer. We also have the audio coming from the mixer and sending that through a special device called an audio interface, and that sends audio into the computer. We need a special program to take the video and the audio and bring them into the software that then sends it to Facebook. That's what OBS is for. Now, OBS stands for Open Broadcast Software, I believe. It is this little black circle with the ninja star inside. We're going to click it once to open. It's a free software. It's a very powerful software. You can see that it opened up immediately on the laptop to show the webcam. The one in the sound booth at the church is set up to take the camera mounted on the wall. If you want to use this church laptop to live stream, you absolutely can. You'll just have to change the audio input capture and the video capture device. And we can cover that maybe in a different video. We're not going to cover that right now. But the important thing is we need to get that stream key into this software. So we're going to do that with settings in the bottom right. And you'll notice it comes up with this big settings window in the middle with some different tabs on the left: general, stream, output, audio, video, and so forth. We need to set the stream key. That's part of the streaming settings right here. So we're going to click stream. Now you'll notice there's already some kind of stream key saved in here. It doesn't show us the characters. It doesn't really matter. What we want to do is we want to right click in this box, select all. And what we're going to do is when we paste in, it'll replace all that text. So we're going to paste in the stream key we already copied. Paste. Apply. Okay. And now at this point, this OBS software, it has the stream key, the special code it needs, so it knows where to send the video and the audio to Facebook servers. And then you don't even have to have Facebook open. It'll just send that information to the Facebook servers, and then Facebook will play the video. It's pretty cool. Now let me just kind of run you through. We scheduled the live stream, and then we came into OBS and we copied in the stream key. And so let me just run you through on a Sunday morning. I've already scheduled it, what I would do when I get to church to run this. So let's exit out of here. Let's exit out of here. So the scenario is that it's a Sunday morning. The live stream's already scheduled in Facebook. So we need to come in, set it up, and then get it started streaming. Remember, we set up the live stream. The goal is at least 15 minutes ahead of time, preferably a whole day. And so let's say Saturday afternoon, I set up the live stream for Sunday morning. Sunday morning, we come into the sound booth. I'm going to open Chrome. I'm going to go to this bookmark bar and click Facebook. I'm going to give it a moment to load. And then I'm going to go over here on the right-hand side where it says Create Live. Again, give it a moment to load. Now on the left-hand side, we've already scheduled the live stream. And so we're going to click this Upcoming Live Videos and Events. And what we want to do is go ahead and let's go ahead and set up the live video. We're going to come in here because we're going to use the stream key. And we're going to copy that stream key by clicking the button right here on the right. Now I'm going to go over to the OBS software to paste in that stream key like I already showed you how to do. So we're going to open our OBS software. That's the black circle with the ninja star. We're going to go into our settings, which is the buttons at the bottom right. And then when the settings open, we're going to click the stream tab. We're going to right click the stream key, select all, and then we're going to right click again, paste. We're going to click apply. Okay. And at this point, you are set up and ready to live stream. Now, one other note is that, of course, you want to set this up ahead of time. You don't need to start streaming immediately. But a couple cool features of this OBS software is the way it is set up on the church computer and on this laptop is that when you start streaming, it will also go ahead and start recording. I want to call your attention to these buttons over here at the bottom right. The start streaming button and the start recording button. You can manually start recording on your own. If, for example, you have some reason to come in and do like a makeup recording, you can just do the recording. But for Sunday morning, about 10 minutes before service begins, you want to come and just click Start Streaming. And that way the feed gets to Facebook and it'll be running, and Facebook will do that nice little number countdown, 5 minutes, 4:59, 4:58, all the way to 0, and then it'll go live. Facebook does that automatically as long as you're already sending the feed. And then at the very end, when you're done streaming, this will instead say stop streaming. You'll click stop streaming. And at that point, it'll automatically stop recording as well. And the other nice thing is over in Facebook, then it will automatically stop the Facebook stream as well. And so Facebook will process it and then leave the video on Facebook. But then we will also have a hard copy on the computer that we live streamed from. And that hard copy is what I use to go back and edit out the communion or edification video as well as the sermon video. And then there's another video that I've made for you guys to show you how to take that and edit it. And then another video still where I show you how to upload that to YouTube and then post that on the website. But that concludes this tutorial. And so with that, good luck and have a blessed day.